Philippine police recently reported that they have uncovered a series of kidnappings, illegal detentions, torture cases, and ransom schemes that are growing increasingly sophisticated and brutal. Most of the victims are Chinese nationals working for Pogo companies, who are often exploited due to their unfamiliarity with the local environment, making them prime targets for organized crime. This situation not only raises serious security concerns, but also sparks questions about the responsibility of government authorities and the safety of foreign workers in the Philippines. Is there an unseen force lurking behind these incidents? One year after the Philippine government ordered a complete shutdown of all Pogo online gambling centers, the country is still grappling with the remnants of an industry that once generated enormous revenue, but also caused countless social, security, and reputational problems. Pogo, Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators, refers to companies that operate online gambling services and were once considered a gold mine for the country. These businesses offered online betting, virtual casinos, and sports wagering, but only to players outside the Philippines, mainly in China, where gambling is banned. Players deposited and withdrew money through online financial platforms, while operations staff worked from buildings in Manila, Clark, or Pampanga. The industry emerged in 2003, but only boomed from 2016 when President Rodrigo Duterte relaxed regulations to attract tax revenue and create jobs. By 2019, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, or PAGCOR, recorded more than 300 licensed Pogo operators, contributing over 7 billion pesos annually to the national budget. The number of Chinese workers in Pogo hubs surged rapidly. According to the Department of Labor, out of more than 118,000 employees, only about 21,000 were Filipinos. However, the COVID-19 pandemic collapsed the entire empire. Numerous companies shut down, and tens of thousands lost their jobs. From being a once promising source of massive revenue, Pogo gradually became associated with crime, fraud, human trafficking, and money laundering. In July 2024, the Department of Finance released a cost-benefit analysis showing that Pogo generated around 166 billion pesos annually for the economy, but caused an estimated 265 billion pesos in economic and social damage, equivalent to nearly 100 billion pesos in net losses every year. Finance Secretary Ralph Recto stated that beyond taxes and PAGCOR revenue, the negative impact of Pogo on the country's image, investment climate, and tourism was enormous and immeasurable. Pogo not only caused economic damage, but also instilled fear in communities and eroded trust in public institutions. Behind all this are human tragedies, kidnappings, torture, and even killings, Recto said. This report provided the basis for President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. to announce a total ban on Pogos during his State of the Nation address in July 2024. For many years, Philippine police documented dozens of kidnappings, torture cases, and ransom schemes, with most victims being Chinese nationals working for Pogo. Several incidents involved assistance from local accomplices. In March 2024, the Police Special Task Force raided Zunyuan Technology in Tarlac after a foreign worker escaped and reported abuse. The large-scale operation rescued more than 800 individuals, including 427 Chinese nationals, and uncovered a luxurious 8-hectare compound with villas, wine cellars, underground bunkers, tunnels, and huge amounts of cash. Subsequent investigations revealed ties between ZYTI and Bamban Mayor Alice Guo, who was accused of allowing the company to operate illegally. The National Investigation Bureau determined she was actually a Chinese citizen named Guo Huaping. Facing charges of human trafficking and money laundering, she fled and was ordered arrested by the Senate. Similar raids in Pampanga and nearby provinces exposed a network of highly sophisticated criminal operations, where Pogo centers served as fronts for money laundering, online scams, and organized prostitution. In December 2024, after Extraordinary Order Number 74 was issued, all Pogo facilities were forced to shut down. President Marcos declared, "Economic gains should never come at the cost of national security and human dignity." Yet a year later, thousands of foreign workers still remain in the Philippines. According to the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission, or PAOCC, as of June 2025, more than 9,000 former Pogo workers were still scattered around the country. Senator Risa Hontiveros, who led the Senate investigation into Pogo-related crimes, described the ban as a historic turning point. She emphasized, "We have shut down large-scale scam centers and ended human trafficking and transnational crimes. This is a strong message that the Philippines will not tolerate evil disguised as business." However, she also acknowledged that some criminal networks had fragmented into small guerrilla-style groups. She urged the government to tighten immigration controls and prevent deported foreign nationals from relocating to Cambodia or Myanmar to continue operating. Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, a longtime Pogo critic, stated that 90 to 95% of the industry's remnants have disappeared, leaving only a few stragglers for personal reasons. In time, he said, they will vanish entirely. Following the president's directive, the Philippine Congress is pushing the Anti-Pogo Act of 2025, which would permanently ban online gambling. The bill, sponsored by Senator Gatchalian, would repeal Republic Act 11590, which legalized Pogos. It also imposes strict measures, such as punishing officials who shield or assist Pogo operations, confiscating all assets linked to illegal activities, and establishing an oversight committee led by PAOCC to enforce the law. "We cannot sacrifice social order and national integrity for a bit of gambling revenue. This is the will of the people, not just a policy issue," Gatchalian said. Experts also urged the swift passage of the law to ensure the ban remains intact even after President Marcos's term ends. Their goal is to ensure that no future leader can easily revive Pogo. The ban has heavily impacted the real estate market, especially in Metro Manila, where hundreds of offices and apartments once served Pogo workers. After companies withdrew, rental prices dropped significantly. According to Senator Gatchalian, this is good for the economy. Previously, rental prices had tripled because Pogo workers paid excessively high rates, making it unaffordable for locals. Now, prices have returned to reasonable levels, fairer for everyone. Economists believe that temporary declines in real estate and service sectors will soon be offset by a more stable investment environment, particularly after the Philippines was removed from the Financial Action Task Force gray list, a reputation problem largely worsened by Pogo. That's a good signal. When financial credibility is restored, investment flows will return, Gatchalian said. Although Pogo is officially vanished, its aftershocks remain painful. Investigations revealed that PAGCOR, which both licensed and regulated Pogos, had serious conflicts of interest, allowing gambling hubs to operate like states within a state. Senator Hontiveros further criticized the Visa on Arrival program, which allowed Chinese workers to enter easily and enabled thousands of abuses. "We paid a heavy price for that leniency. Now, agencies like PAOCC, the police, the NBI, and immigration must work together to eliminate the remaining hideouts." 1 year after Pogo was banned, the Philippines appears to have regained a measure of order and security. Kidnappings, scams, and human trafficking have dropped sharply. No longer do residents live in fear of Pogo cities within cities. The climate of fear has vanished. People can now walk around their neighborhoods without worry. That is the greatest success, not revenue or statistics, but the return of safety, Senator Gatchalian said. The ban is not just an administrative action, but a moral declaration. The Philippines cannot grow rich through crime. We may lose billions of pesos, but we have regained national dignity, he affirmed. 1 year after Pogo's extinction, the Philippines is rewriting its story, transforming from an online gambling haven into a nation willing to confront and cleanse its past mistakes. Thank you for watching this story. If you found it meaningful, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video. And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you for staying with Societal Stories.
Okay? We're agents of Immigration Search Unit. We're here. We have a mission order here issued by the
Diretso lang, kaliwa. Walang
Okay,
kaliwa.
just cooperate, okay?
Ano bang ano dito? Ba't di kami nag-elevator? Diretso lang sa ulo.
So, sundin mo na lang, bro. Sundin mo na lang.
May susundo sa inyo, balik kayo sa dati.
Okay, may Pilipino ba dito?
Ma'am, tayo ka ma'am. Pilipino ka. Pilipino. Ito, Pilipino.
Bro, Nel, ikutin mo. Videohan mo na yung mga ano nila.
Don't touch anything, okay? Don't touch anything. Don't move.
Korean? Are you Korean?
Don't move. I said don't move.
Okay. You have passport with you? Passport? You have the picture of your passport?
Pilipino.
Okay, you check. No calling, ha? I just want to see the passport. Okay? Sino Pinoy dito? Walang maghahawak ng ano, ha? Walang maghahawak ng keyboard dyan, ha?
Walang magawak.
Walang hawak ng keyboard dyan, ha?
Taas mo ng kamay yan.
Yeah. Show your passport.